Hello, Taurus, and welcome to Indigo Rising Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you're having a great day. This will be your weekly reading for the first week of February, the 1st through the 7th. And during that time, we do have a full moon that comes in on the 2nd. And a full moon can be a time of heightened emotions and awareness. Some people can feel a little overwhelmed and anxious, maybe a little snappy or irritable. You might have changes in your sleeping patterns. I know that happens for me a lot. But it is a good time for us to release any resentment or fear, and a good time for us to practice patience and calm. You know that it's coming. You know that if it's something that you need to work on, you could just say, look, I need to be calm and patient during this time when I know it's going to feel like I don't want to do that. So it's just a good time for us to practice that. We then move in, of course, to the waning gibbous energy, which is a good time for self-reflection, time of rebirth, time to make positive changes, and to really get rid of our bad habits and negative thinking and work towards achieving our goals and accomplishments. So keep those moon energies in mind, of course, as we move through the week. This will be an intuitive general reading for the energies that you may or may not encounter, Taurus. So, as always, please take what resonates and leave what doesn't on the table for someone else. And your overall message for this reading is that confidence is your key to success. All right, let's see what the Taurus Collective has going on for the week. As I'm shuffling the tarot, I would like to say that my fun weekly reminder this week is that you try to get out in nature. Now, if you're in the United States, we're just coming off of all of this snow, and I know it's probably not melted yet. It's going to be really cold. So, if you can get out, if you can't, maybe I'll probably be sticking close to home. I don't see myself taking any big hikes or anything. I don't think we're going to have a melt before that happens. So, but I might go out in my yard or out on my driveway at least and look at the full moon. And, it'll be pretty with all the snow on the ground, I'm sure. So just whatever you can do. And if you live in a warmer climate, the rest of us are very jealous of you because we're all freezing and we're all kind of done with winter. So anyway, keep that in mind, but do try to get out and just take in the miracle of nature a little bit. Just study a plant or a tree or something, watch a bird, maybe feed the birds. If you got some snow out there, they'll probably really appreciate, some bird seed if you want to toss it out on the snow. So anyway, that is my fun weekly reminder for you, is that you just close your eyes, really connect with nature a little bit this week, even though we're in the depths of winter. But all right, I will stop talking about it and see if my cards want to shuffle here. They've been very interesting today with that. All right, let's get right into this reading. Taurus, February 1 through 7. Your overall present energy right now is the 9 of Cups. So confidence is your key to success, and you're feeling pretty confident right now. You're feeling like things are going well. You might be a little bit self-indulgent at this time, which is fine, but this is just a card of just feeling good. Those cups are full, they're behind you, and you're like, I'm ready to go. Things are going very well right now. The current situation this week for you would be the Knight of Swords. So it looks like some sort of messaging comes in rather quickly, or thought. Look at this horse. He's like, whoa, so we're going really quick here. So whatever, this could be an idea that comes to you. All of a sudden, this could be some message that comes in and kind of, makes your world more interesting this week. But so keep your eyes and ears open. This could be something someone says to you. But of course, now with social media, it could be a message that comes through. So just pay attention to that. The root of your situation is that you are hard at work here with the Eight of Pentacles. You've got your head down. You're working really hard. This could be a work-related situation or something that just comes in. But yeah, you're feeling good. You're working hard. Messages coming in. Is that going to affect you? I guess we'll see. What is just behind you in your recent past here is a little bit of letdown here with the Five of Cups. So, something that maybe you've been a little bit emotional about, or some letting go. But something is there. It's kind of in your past, and it's there, but something may have come out of it that has made you feel better or made you buckle down and work hard, right? So think about that. I mean, it's just there. It's just kind of an indicator of the energy that you're coming into this week with, that maybe things were a little bit sad, or there's something that you're a little bit disappointed about this week, and whatever your situation might be. What is on your mind this week is the Eight of Wands. So we also have things coming in very, very quickly. We've now got two eights on the table. So do look up angel number 88. I think I had 88 in the Aries reading just now. So angel number 88, that's two infinity signs also. That can be a very lucky number. It is for me. But look that up. You've got things on your mind, or these maybe even rapid thoughts. You've got this thought that came in and it might have just branched off, and now you're thinking other things. You know how you get an idea and you just kind of start to spin with it, and oh, and then this could happen, and then I could do this. So take a breath. But you've got things like that maybe going on in your head. It's definitely on your mind that these rapid thoughts are coming in. So again, it's full moon. You can be a little anxious at this time. Take a breather and do, figure out if you need to learn personally how to practice patience and calm. This is, you get an opportunity to do this once a month, right? Every time the full moon comes around. So maybe it's time to meditate, time to practice that a little bit. Get out in nature, like I said. What is just ahead of you this week is the Knight of Wands. So action on the passion front too. We've got action with the swords are more about intellect and also communication with others, where the wands are more about passions, things that drive you, so yeah, something coming ahead for you this week, that's something about something that you're passionate about, which is nice. That's good. In your advice position is the 10 of swords. So there's something that you are just done with, and I think this card is kind of let it go. So whatever the sadness that is coming in and these rapid ideas and these things, whatever, maybe this idea that you've had, and these wands that are just things that are coming in quickly, it may lead you to this where you're like, you know what, you just make a decision where you're just done with something. You're like, I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm not going to deal with that anymore. It's whatever the situation is, it's not making me happy, and I'm done. So I feel like there is something that you just kind of, you're done with. I think you're okay with it. I don't think it's a huge, I mean, every, whenever we're done with something, you do have to kind of set it down and go, okay, and it's a change, but it's just a new awareness. It's something that you're learning, and sometimes we just have to do that. What is beyond your control this week would be the King of Cups. So while you're done with this, you're also very, very emotionally balanced about it. You've got a really good knowledge of the emotional aspects of whatever this is. Again, it could be something work related that's at the root of something, or something you've been working on, um but it looks like you're very just in control and managing emotions. You're not overly emotional about it, but you also, being that it's a king, it's like you understand the emotions of everyone involved in this entire situation. Your constituents, you can look around and you can see, well, this person is motivated emotionally by this thing and this person by that thing. So you're able to look at all of that and kind of see the big picture emotionally, and that will probably be very helpful. I mean, I think that always is in any situation here. What is your secret desire, or what are you trying to avoid? Your secret desire is just to celebrate and have fun with your friends and family. I doubt if you're trying to avoid this. I don't know anyone who's like, I'm trying to avoid having a good time. I mean, I think most of us are trying to have a good time. And just trying to relax and be with people that we know and trust, and feel like we can confide in and have a good time with. So that's beyond your control, or that is your secret desire, I hope. I doubt if you're trying to avoid that, but it's your secret desire, kind of like, can't we all just get along and have a good time? So if that pertains to the situation, then I completely understand that. And your outcome this week is the Two of Pentacles. So while you're doing all of these things, you are also just trying to keep all the balls in the air for whatever is going on with your life. I mean, this could be just your material, you're managing things. Yeah, you want to go and hang out with your friends, but like, did you clean the kitchen? That sort of thing. Just trying to manage all of it so that you have time to squeeze everything in, because you've been a little distracted thinking about whatever this was and whatever this ending. And maybe once you make that decision again, you're going to celebrate it, but you kind of have to do it as well and manage everything. So sometimes those emotional things that happen, or things that are going on in our life, you do get a little distracted from just the day to day. So make sure that you're staying on top of things, or have things on autopilot, so it's not something you have to think about a lot. All right, what is hidden from you this week, Taurus, is another eight, very interesting, which is the Eight of Cups, which is kind of moving on and exploring new things. I don't feel like you're doing that this week, but do look up angel number 888 with three of those on the table. I don't see any other repeaters, but you're not really thinking about moving on to the future yet. It's almost like you're in the present, you're dealing with this situation right now. Whatever this is you're dealing with, again, confidence is your key to success. So I don't think that's typically a problem with the Taurus collective. You guys are a pretty confident bunch anyway. So let's see what the final message here is from the Soul Oracle deck. Final message for Taurus, for whatever this is they are going through. Laugh at your demons is your final message. And what are your demons? Do you know what those are? We all have to take a little time to kind of identify those. If you haven't done that, that's a good time. A little shadow work. Look at your darker side. We all have it. But then laugh at them, especially when they rear their ugly heads. Let's see what you need to do in the way of self-care this week, Taurus. Self-care for Taurus this week. And the card that you get is the card called Truth. Pretty card. Truth is different at different levels of consciousness, reserve, judgment. I love this card because I feel like we all deal with this a lot. We can't judge others when it's almost like you level up in your awareness, and maybe let's talk about like your conscious awareness on how to just deal with other people. And some people just will get a little bit stuck, and you're trying to explain it to them, hey, gently, if you do this, and they just can't. They don't understand it. They don't get it. Truth is different at different levels of consciousness, and you can bang your head against the wall trying to explain it. But what you do need to do is reserve judgment because it's something all of us encounter all the time. So let people be people. Let people be who they are and at the level that they are. And there's really no. I hate to even use the word level because it's not like any of us are up here and some are down there. We're all working things at a different pace, right? So while I might understand something, the person next to me might not have encountered that enough to really have to learn that lesson yet. So that's why we reserve judgment, because we are also working on things that maybe they've conquered, right? So keep that in mind. Taurus, thank you so much for being here. If you're comfortable sharing, and let me know, what kind of challenges were you facing this week? Was it something work related? Something came in quick, some kind of message, and it looks like you did have to make some sort of decision to let something go. So if you're comfortable sharing, of course, drop me a comment down below. Or if you have questions about this, I would be happy to answer any questions you have about this reading. Make sure you do look up angel number 8888. And if you like and subscribe to my channel, I would appreciate that so much. It helps you find me next week, which I think is pretty cool. So thank you so much, Taurus, for being here with me, and we will see you next week. Bye-bye.